So the art of muscle control, which was seemingly started and lost to the Bronze Era of bodybuilding. This man, Otto Arco, is one of these practitioners, and he is one of the best video examples we have because we do not have that much video evidence from back in that time. So he would do a lot of stuff with his scapula and moving around with his back muscles, which would create different effects and illusions. And he would do this for an audience. Whatever tricks he could figure out to create an entertaining illusion, even just moving the unflexed tricep to create this motion was impressive back in the day because there were very few people that worked out and had appreciable muscle back in that time, and even less people that could move their body like this. Even nowadays, it'll be hard to find someone moving their body like this. So what is muscle control? Whether you're doing the Mons wave or you are just popping your pecs, all muscle control really is just flexing your muscles. So even if you are doing a simple bicep flex, that is muscle control. Now I have many muscle control tutorials on my channel. I even have them all collected into a playlist. And so as you can see from this individual here, you don't even need to be particularly jacked or have tons of muscle to perform or start practicing muscle control. Ab muscle control, stomach vacuums, advanced stomach vacuum movements, all these have been around for a while, particularly with belly dancing. You might have seen things like this. And in India, there is some really crazy muscle control. Unfortunately, we don't have any videos from that time. All we have are some old pictures, but he could isolate sections of his abs or even a small section of his oblique, which is kind of ridiculous, but they were doing it. So the practice of muscle control is rare, and the video footage is even more rare. Luckily, we still have some examples like this guy here. Flexing the biceps, like I said, even that is a form of muscle control. And we can see over here he was playing around with some neck muscle control. I've played around with it myself. It's pretty simple to do. Most people can probably pick it up on their own. And going back to the scapula control, this seems to have been very popular in these early days as you didn't really need to have much muscle to do it, and you could create many interesting illusions. I have not played around with this much myself, but this is kind of crazy. I've never even tried that, but I do like that lat control. And then we got the tricep muscle control. I do have 2 tricep control tutorials as well. So after the Bronze Era into the Silver Era of bodybuilding, there was still a little bit of muscle control, but it kind of became a lost art after that, and you don't really see much of it until recently. Nowadays, there are some people that have started to pick it up again. Now, I've not really studied any of these older muscle control practitioners, and what I do, the Mons wave, I have not seen anyone do it quite like I have done it. Maybe they get kind of like a flex, but to purposely over and over make it a wave-like motion, which is why it is known as the Mons wave, I have not seen that yet. And if anyone has good video evidence for me, I would like to see that. But basically, all the muscle control that I do is self-taught and are just things that I have figured out on my own. Now, as you can see in the Bronze and Silver Age, they would also do this technique with their triceps, and I have put out a tricep control tutorial for that. And that is one of the techniques that I utilize to turn the Mons wave into the Mons tsunami. Now, as you can see, a lot of these techniques have been figured out. People have figured these things out on their own before, but there are very few practitioners of it today. Now, if you are watching this video, if you have watched any of my muscle control tutorials, if you practice muscle control, people that work out in general, people with appreciable amounts of muscle, is a very small percentage of the world. And people that practice muscle control, it's even smaller. So you are part of a small group, which is great because it will allow you to do things that most people cannot do. And they will be surprised. They will be literally amazed at some of the things you can do if you practice long enough. I've built a lot of my reputation on muscle control, and it's not something I planned on doing. It started basically with the Mons wave, and then I just started practicing other techniques, and here we are today. So muscle control is something that I do love and probably should dive more into. Let me know if you guys want to hear about more muscle control history or techniques. Let me know in the comments. And if you have not checked out my tutorials, I have a whole playlist on my channel where you can check all those out. So that is all for now. Much love to all of you guys. And as always, let's get these gains, let's get these waves.